So getting into an Indian Navy, it is not an easy thing. So I mean, like they have to have a lot of guts to get into it. So did you get any situation, sir, like done? Because I'm done. I have no other thing to do further. Maybe any different situation, like a ship getting into the water or something, dangerous situations. Did you feel anything? Did you get something
Yes,
like
yes,
that?
like I said, no failures. So there were many, there were, you know, at least 5 or 6 times when we got into some very difficult situations, very dangerous situations. Okay.
Okay.
But we were able to come out of these, because of team effort, team training. Okay. And like said, it may sound mystical to you, but it doesn't sound mystical to people like us who serve on the ship.
Yes, yes.
That the ship has a soul. It will not let you down if you have really worked from core of your heart. So there are situations where we as a team still don't know what happened,
Hmm.
how that problem was solved,
Okay.
but it got solved, and it was probably ship which decided to just solve that problem for itself.
Is there any people who lost their lives in this practice?
So it happens in, yes, because it's a very dangerous life,
Yes.
happens. But I was fortunate. I would say I was just simply fortunate and blessed to have never had a situation where somebody lost their lives in 35 years, okay,
Very
or
nice.
somebody lost a limb. So there are no major injuries also. But I think probably I was just blessed. I was just lucky. That way.
Nice. Sir, so for the students who wanted to get into the Indian Navy, but they will be having a fear of, losing their lives. So something, anything it can be, because it is the toughest job, I can say, in the career. So what would you like to tell such students?
See, death is a real life phenomenon. Death will happen to me, it will happen to you. All of us who have come to this will die. You may die of a road accident if that has to happen. Okay. So, if in the Indian Navy one faces tough and challenging situations, doesn't mean that you are put through those situations without adequate training. So, the beauty of the Navy is that it trains you so well. And when you're doing something, there's a whole system behind you. So let's say if you are sailing at sea and you fall sick, you fall seriously sick,
Hmm.
what happens? Okay, so the Navy has a system where they will send a helicopter, or they will send another ship, and they lift you within hours and get you back. So there's
Okay.
a there's a beautiful system that works, which looks after safety, well-being, not only of yours, but your family also. Okay, so the idea is not to be worried from that it is a challenging situation. What one has to look at is from a positive view,
Hmm.
is that we learn and evolve and grow in life depending on whatever we challenges we face.
Hmm.
Okay, if we are continue to sit at home, nothing would happen to us,
Yeah.
but we will also not evolve and grow.
Yeah.
Okay, so we evolve and grow, become confident of ourselves, become compassionate, become decisive, because we go through so many situations and and then gain confidence in our own self. Okay, so, and there is only one life, so if you have to live a life well, Indian Navy provides a very beautiful way of life.
Okay, sir. So you have done PhD in your leadership training as well. So what made you to pursue in leadership training?
See, what made me pursue leadership training was that I am very fascinated by leadership. So I have deep interest in leadership and spirituality. As to what makes people evolve, work, and have a vision, able to lead their organizations well.
Okay.
And the interest grew because of one tenure which I did as head of personnel of Eastern Naval Command. Now
Okay.
there were about 30,000 personnel in that command. Command
Okay.
is a huge organization which has about 7 states, which runs into 7 states.
Okay.
Okay, and so as head of personnel, I was responsible for their well-being, their discipline, their morale, also their leadership.
Okay.
So I was able to do a lot of experiments there,
Hmm.
and so of course, learned a lot of things. How best to train somebody young civilian who joins Navy.
Okay.
Okay, so when he joins Navy and goes on a ship, it's a very complex and difficult environment.
Okay.
So how should we train himself so that he quickly becomes part of the team? Okay, so like this, those 3.5 years, I did a lot of experiments and learned a lot of things. And when the opportunity came, to do a PhD, I think this was a topic where I had a lot of background, a lot of personal experience, and a lot of questions also. A lot of questions, especially on the leadership as it is taught in the management schools today. Where nobody talks of morals as such.
Yes. Yeah.
So I wanted to ask some of these questions, or answer some of these questions. And during
Okay.
PhD, I found answer to some of the questions which I had, about leadership. What is real leadership? How has, whatever leadership models that we talk of today, how have they evolved? What is their problem? Why don't we talk of, dharma? Why do we talk of leadership?
Hmm.
Whereas when you talk of dharma, that we must follow our dharma or whatever dharma.
Yeah.
It is a much more robust concept or way of living. So I
Okay.
had a lot of these questions which I was able to find answers because I, did a lot of these studies in the 5 years that I was doing PhD. And
Okay.
I'm very happy that I chose this topic.
The difference between the spirituality, learning in the way of spirituality, as you told in Dharma, and in the present leadership subjects where now people are learning. So, what is the difference in between those two?
No, see, one is that leadership as it is taught in, traditional leadership as it is taught in, uh, it never had spirituality.
Okay.
Okay, so it
Hmm.
was about management
Hmm.
that this is the aim for your, target for your team, and this is what you need to achieve. Okay,
Okay.
but with experience, a lot of people have realized that you can't run an organization. You can't do any contribution to an organization to this thing unless you keep morals and values in mind.
Okay.
So a lot of schools and management schools have now started teaching their management students about spirituality.
Okay.
Like, I did one course on leadership management from IIM Ahmedabad.
Okay.
So it was a 6 days course, and one day they spent on leadership based on Bhagavad Gita.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. So it is coming, but it's coming
Okay.
in a very slow manner, because it is not yet fully integrated into the leadership theories. So they
Okay.
say these things matter,
Hmm.
but when you get into, some strategy formulations or technical part of leadership, it is, some of these things are still not fully integrated. But yes, I think we are on the right path, and some of the due course of time, some of these things will become integral part of the leadership discourse.
Hopefully so.
Yeah.
So it has to come. It has to come in
Yeah.
because nowadays children, they are completely into the social media, phones,
Yeah.
and everything. So maybe if such type of subjects are getting introduced, maybe they will understand what is what.
Very true.
Sure.
Very true. See, this itself is a big question. Why don't we teach these things in schools?
Yes.
Why don't we teach, spirituality? Or
Yes.
why don't we even some aspect of religion and values in school? It's a very important question.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's very important. So, after many years of, trying to find, I, found an answer to this.
Okay.
An answer to this is, see, if you look at India's ancient system, Gurukul
Yeah.
or Nalanda University, they
Huh.
taught everything.
Yes. Yes, sir.
So somewhere on the way, we left that and we adopted this system, which is a Western system,
System.
where it says
Yeah.
in schools, you should be secular. Okay, but where did it come from? It came up from a particular experience in Europe because of the contest between church and society.
Okay.
Okay, so they decided that church will handle inner part of a personal, and colleges will handle the outer part, external part.
Okay.
And this is what is being practiced anywhere. But we realize that it is not something which is natural,
Okay.
and is not something which is correct. So I think this is a path which is a challenge for universities to be able to not only talk about external but also about inner mastery.
Okay. So, have you ever been into art of living, sir?
Yes, I have had the privilege of meeting Gurudev ji 4 times, personally meeting.
Oh, nice,
Yes,
nice, sir.
so I have done 2 courses with them, happiness course,
Okay,
and I have done a leadership course based on them.
okay,
And I have been to their international ashram, I think, about 5 times.
okay,
So good. It's a great organization. Like, however, I learned my meditation from a different mission, and that is Heartfulness Mission.
okay,
And their headquarters are here in Hyderabad, Kana Shantipuram, close to airport.
okay. So, how art of living will help for students, sir?
Yes, it has got a great scope. One is that, you know, teaching students about yoga, pranayama, meditation. It should come into the mainstream education.
Yes.
I have seen they do something called intuition training for young children, 5 years to 15 years, and
Okay,
see they have a huge impact on their
okay,
mind, on their processing of information. Yeah.
okay,
There are some universities which have now adopted made some of the courses which are made by designed by Art of Living as mainstream education. They are optional courses offered by universities.
okay,
So Art of Living has, or for that matter, spiritual organizations have a really great role to play.
okay.
But I think the challenge is still to get over this debate of religion, secularism,
Yes,
and those
yes,
aspects.
yes.
But it is something which we should pursue very seriously.
True. So, what lessons from HR management in military can be applied for corporate organizations now?
See, people are same everywhere. People like to be respected. They like to be loved. They like to be given challenges. They don't like to be treated as machines. They like to be trusted. Okay. So in military, the whole mechanism, all whole team relationship works on trust. So where it is not just that members have trust in the leader also has a full trust in the team. So the whole team mechanism works on trust. Okay, and that is the core of any organization, or core of any team, core of any group of people working together.
Proper leadership will shape the team, maybe.
Yes, so it must be based on developing mutual trust.
Yes.
Yes. And that trust can be developed only when the leader practices whatever he preaches. Should be
Yes.
credible.
True. True, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I think this is something which is universally applicable, for all teams.
Yes.
Must practice, must what you preach, and you must be credible. Okay. And you must put your team's interest over your interests every time and every time.
True, sir. Sir, tell me. So, what is the secret behind building the most motivated workforce?
Okay, so first I'll tell you this, that there is a problem with the word motivated. Motivated means somebody works for some external reward. Okay, what we should look at is, an inspired team who work because of their inner calling. Okay, not for rewards, because rewards go only to a certain extent. Okay, see what it takes in build is that one is that the leader must work with a big purpose. And big purpose must be integrated to the clients, to the society, to the people. Okay, so there is a very good study that has been done in the management world, where they studied organizations which achieved good growth, higher growth as compared to other organizations. Okay, so this is the story of good to great. So they studied some Fortune 500 companies for about about 75-80 years, and they found that companies which had a purpose, organization which had a purpose, they grew about 16%, as compared to companies which only looked at profit, they grew only by 4%.
Okay.
So most important part is to have a purpose. Purpose means it must be integrated with the society. Like purpose for a school could be to make first grade citizens, so its purpose integrated to the society. It is not just related to the marks. Okay, so one is a great purpose to work for. Okay, then what it for the leader, must accordingly work for the betterment of team or for goals of the team and for the organization, and then, about himself. Okay, so leader should never ask what is there in for me. Okay, so that is more. Most important part in organization is culture, and it takes many years to build that culture. And culture is based on what values that you practice every day. Practice that you values that you practice even when it is extremely tough,
Okay.
even when it is extremely challenging. You maybe incurring a loss, yet you want to still stick to the value, follow your value. Okay, so big purpose, you know, uh, organization interest, team interest above your own interests. Okay, uh, be with them, train them, with them. So these are some basic fundamentals in working in making a inspired team.
Okay, sir. So I wanted to ask you a few rapid fire questions, if you would like to
Yes,
answer.
yes.
Okay, sir. One word that defines leadership.
Authenticity.
Okay. Your favorite book on leadership.
So, life leadership overall for leading a good life is Bhagavad Gita. But in the management or leadership as we practice, there is a book written by a Chinese author called Lan Liu. The
Okay.
book's title is Conversations on Leadership with Management Gurus, with Global Management Gurus.
Okay.
Conversations on Leadership with Global Management Gurus.
Okay. So would you suggest anyone to, I mean, like all the students or other people also as well, should read that book?
Yes, it's a very beautiful book.
Okay. Based on what, sir?
So, what has been done in this book is that this Chinese scholar on leadership, Lan Liu, he's interviewed in depth 13 management gurus,
Okay.
leadership gurus. So, there are 10 of these are from America, one is from Europe, one is from China, and one is from India.
Okay.
One from India is Dr. Devashish Chatterjee.
Okay.
He is now director of IIM Kozhikode. It's a very beautiful book. And in the beginning part, he's also given a summary of what leadership is about. So it gives a very good, view of what leadership is all about.
Okay. Sir. One habit every young children should cultivate.
Calming the mind.
Okay. Again, the peaceful mind.
Yes.
Okay. A leader you admire the most.
Ratan Tata.
Your message to the youth of India.
So message to youth of India is that, see, India is in Amrit Kal.
Okay.
Okay, so it is a period of great renaissance, great celebration, great development, and great aspiration for the country. Okay. So believe in yourself, believe in the strength of the country, believe in the strength of its culture, believe in the strength of the values. Okay, aspire and work hard. Like Vivekananda said, no, arise, awake, and stop not till your goal is achieved.
Oh, nice, nice, sir. So, as you told that you admire Ratan Tata, why?
Ratan Tata is that because he's a humane person.
Okay.
Humane person. He always, one is he worked for the larger good of society. He wanted to give nano because he wanted to, that is the aspirations of a people.
Okay.
But wherever otherwise that, whatever he did, it had a purpose of serving the society.
Okay.
And in whatever small little things also they did, they always, looked at human beings with compassion, with love, and, not as mere workers or machines.
Okay. So here we have come to an end, and I have a last question. Maybe that is my personal question, because you basically follow that spirituality, the art of living, yoga, and meditation, and all. So, what would you like to tell people about practicing yoga regularly?
If you want to live a life of grace, dignity, and eternal bliss, practice yoga. Start with whatever is possible, and you will enjoy it and you'll improve over time. But
So,
it is a great way to live life.
nice, sir. Have you been practicing yoga from childhood?
So it is very interesting that Yoga Sutra is about more than 90 to 95% about meditation
Yes.
and very little about asana.
Asanas.
So if you look at asana yoga, I do primarily Bhastrika and Nadi Shodhan.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so which I do religiously. Meditation, yes, I do, every day. But meditation is just not a single practice. They are, I like meditation as per our mission. There are 5 activities that you're supposed to do every day.
Yes.
Okay, so when you get up in the morning, you're supposed to do meditation. Around 12 o'clock, there's something called constant remembrance, where you again, connect yourself with the divine power.
Yes.
In the evening or end of the workday, you do something called cleaning. Cleaning is a process where you are just cleaning yourself of all the impressions, grossness, anger, frustration that you have accumulated during the day. So it is cleaning your self of all that you have accumulated, impressions that you have accumulated on the day. Then, before going to bed, we have a prayer and we also have a meditation.
Nice.
So these are 5 things that we practice every day, and that is what constitutes meditation practice.
So, what are the miracles did you see, sir? Because as you are the practitioner as well, the meditation practitioner. So, what are the miracles you have seen in your career?
I wouldn't say just in career, but in life, in what I am. First of all, I would say there was a time when I didn't know about myself.
Okay.
I never talked to myself. I never knew what I'm thinking, what is the, why I'm doing whatever I'm doing. So I was not talking to the most important person in my life, myself, till the time I learned meditation. And then I learned, what is it thinking, what is it talking, okay? And I started loving myself. So that is a result of meditation. More than that, it, does many things. They say, many ways to look at meditation. They say meditation is like you're able to drive your car at 100 speed, not because your engine is good, but because you have full trust on the brake. That when required, you can quickly stop it. So meditation is also like a brake. You can do 10 activities, yet it will make sure that you'll be able to do with, with the complete devotion, with complete, mindfulness and complete safety. Other thing which builds is, of course, very strong intuition. Okay, is you're able to, whether you call it sixth sense or mystic power or whatever, and it tells you what you should do and what you shouldn't be doing. Like they say, in prayer you talk to the God, and in meditation God talks to you. So when you listen to that and you follow that, it's a great way of living life.
Oh, thank you so much for being here, sir, for interacting with us and giving and sharing your knowledge to many people. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.